Hey netizens, welcome to DigiMestry Labs. Today, we will continue with the tutorial series on RPG Builder. I will put a link in the description for this tool. I highly recommend you check this tool out. This is the third video from the tutorial series. This tutorial series aims to complete a single level of an RPG game with all the functionalities present in the RPG Builder. This will be an ongoing series. Please check out other videos in this tutorial series. The details of those videos are available in the description. If you are interested, let us continue with this journey. In this third part, we are going to create a weapon for the player character in RPG Builder. We will set up the starting weapon items in the RPG Builder editor. We will then align the weapons properly to the custom player character. And finally, we'll also look at the weapon equipment functionality. To begin with, open the RPG Builder editor in Unity. Navigate to the Economy section. Then, open the Items subsection. Now, click on New to create a new item. Open the base info setting. Add a name for the newly created item. I am calling it Rusty Axe New. Give it a display name. Now, select an icon for the item. Next, open the Types setting. A detailed explanation of these settings was discussed in the second video of this tutorial series. I will add a link to that video in the description. Now, under the Type setting, select the Weapon option from the drop-down list. This is required since we are creating a weapon item. Next, select the weapon type as Axe. Now, select the slot as Any Hand. This allows the weapon to appear in both left and right hands. Set the rarity as Common since this is a starter weapon. For more powerful weapons, you can use other options like Legendary, Epic, etc. based on your game's requirement. Next, make sure that the Drop in the World option under the Loot setting is unchecked. This option is used for items equipped by enemies. Now, open the Combat option. Here, set the attack speed of our weapon item to 1. Set the minimum damage value to 5. And set the maximum damage value to 8. Need not set any auto attack option here. Next, we will add a basic stat for this weapon. Click on the Add Stat button. Choose the Health Stat option. Set the amount to 10. This will increase the player's health value by 10 while equipping this weapon. Save these settings. The Stats option that is available in the RPG Builder can be created under Combat, Stats. Here, you can see all the available stats that are pre-configured in the demo. You can also create a new stat from here. A detailed look at stats and other combat sections will be made available in a separate video. Now, Navigate back to our weapon item. We will not add any random stats, action abilities, or sockets for now. Open the visual section. This is where we define the prefab of our item. Select your prefab for the weapon model. I am choosing the default prefab available from the demo. Next, open the requirements section. There are two ways to add a specific requirement for an item. Either we can use a requirement template or we can use a requirement group with multiple requirements. I'm going to use a template here. Add a template from the available list. Save the setting. These templates are available under Templates, Requirements. For demonstration purposes, we can create a new template here. Click on New. Add a name for the new requirement. I'm calling it Equip Melee Weapon New. Now, click on the Add Requirement Group button. Next, click on the plus icon to add the first requirement. Choose the type setting. You can see that there is a large list of types available to choose from. Here, you can create a requirement for various types like a quest, a dialogue, etc. You can get creative over here. I'm going to choose a class type requirement. Next, set the rule option to mandatory. Now, set the check option to equal. Finally, choose a class. I'm choosing the warrior class. Save the setting. What this all means is that a weapon item with this requirement can be equipped only if the class is equal to the warrior class. Now, we will move on to the actual equipment of the weapon item to the player character. Double-click and open the female Synty character prefab from our previous video. This character has all the body parts and armor pieces configured. Navigate to the weapon slot component in the inspector. Click on the plus button to add a new weapon slot. Now, choose the axe option since we are creating an axe item. You can create multiple weapon types from the rpgbuilder editor under Types, Weapon Types. Navigate back to the weapon slots on our player character. Notice that there are 4 options here. Firstly, the slot where the weapon will be attached to the right hand and the left hand during combat. And secondly, the slot where the weapon will rest when not in combat. We will create these slots in our player game object. Under the armature, find the right hand game object. Next, create an empty child game object. Name it Weapon Attach R. Similarly, find the left hand game object under the armature. Create an empty child. Name it weapon attach L. You can give it whatever name you prefer. Similarly, find the cape attachment game object under the spine. Create two empty children. Name the first one weapon holder R and name the second one weapon holder L. Note that you can choose your preferred location to create these slots. The above locations are my preference. Next, add these 4 slots to the corresponding options. Save the project. Next, open the rpgbuilder editor. Click on the character section. Open the races subsection and make sure that the female prefab is configured correctly. Next, open the classes subsection. Choose the warrior option. Navigate to the starting items. Make sure that a weapon item is added to the list. We need to add our weapon 2 times so that the player can wield it on both the right and left hands. Next, click on the play button. Start the game with the female character. Use the attack button. Notice that the weapons are not attached properly to the character. We must align the slots we created earlier to hold the weapons properly. The approach that I prefer is to pause the game in combat mode, then toggle off the lighting and gizmos for better visibility, and then select the corresponding weapon slots for the player character. Adjust the transform to align the weapon to the hand. Once you are satisfied with the alignment, click on the preset option. Select the Save Current button. Give the preset a proper name. Now, exit the play mode. Open our play prefab. Select the same weapon slot for which we saved the transform values. Then, select those preset values to the game object. Perform this operation for all 4 weapon slots. Once the weapon alignment is completed, start the game again to verify the changes. Choose the female player option. Notice that the weapon holder is aligned properly. Now, enter into the combat mode and notice that the weapon alignment is also proper. By this, we have completed the starting weapon setup for our player character. This technique can be used to create multiple weapons in your game. So, to conclude, we have configured a new weapon item in RPG Builder editor. Then, we added the weapon slots to the player character. Next, we configured this weapon item as a starter item for the player. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and hit the bell icon on our channel and support our initiative. More such content will be made available in the future. Thanks again.